Kelsey Plum sets WNBA record in Sparks' 89-87 win over Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever. Kelsey Plum is slowly finding her feet after a trade to the Los Angeles Sparks in the off-season. The former Aces #1 overall pick has had a rough time during her initial days with her new team. With Rickea Jackson out injured for spells and Cameron Brink still to return, the Sparks find themselves 6th out west. They have suffered a number of dispiriting losses to other basement teams like the Chicago Sky so far. However, the team is slowly gelling together with the return of sophomore Rickea. The Sparks went to Indianapolis and took a close win against the Indiana Fever at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. The Fever had won their last 3 games without Caitlin Clark present. This run included a win in the final of the Commissioner's Cup against Nafisa Collier and the Minnesota Lynx and a drubbing of the Las Vegas Aces. But their momentum ground to a halt against the Sparks, who stayed within touching distance all game long. The two teams exchanged leads multiple times, but Rickea Jackson managed to get a bucket to take the final lead with 58 seconds remaining. The Fever attempted to claw their way back in front, but the Sparks' defense held firm. Lexi Hull, Ari McDonald and Aliyah Boston all missed shots at the end of the game. Azura Stevens earned a couple of free throws after an intentional foul by the Fever. She made one of them to stretch the lead from 1 point to 2. Stevens finished with a team-high 21 points, while Kelsey Plum had 20 points on the 13th of June shooting from the field. This was the Sparks' second consecutive win over Indiana. The previous win came in Caitlin Clark's last appearance before being ruled out by injury. This also marks the 21st victory over the Indiana Fever for Kelsey Plum in her WNBA career. The former NCAA scoring leader has now set the record for the highest winning percentage for a player against a WNBA team. Plum currently holds a 21-1 win-loss record against the Fever. Kelsey Plum names underrated player after beating Caitlin Clark's Fever. At this point, it's safe to say that the Los Angeles Sparks have the Indiana Fever's number. The Sparks and Fever have met twice in a span of 2 weeks, and both times, the Indiana franchise failed to beat its LA rival. Granted, Indiana head coach Stephanie White didn't have star Caitlin Clark in either game. However, it should be noted that this is the same Fever team that took down the league-leading Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final without Clark. In their showdown on Saturday, Azura Stevens and Kelsey Plum led the way in the Sparks' 89-87 victory over the Fever. Stevens recorded 21 points on 7 of 14 shooting along with 12 rebounds. Meanwhile, Plum added 20 points on 6 of 13 shooting with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. After the game, Plum made sure to give credit to the player who made the win possible, Stevens. According to the Sparks guard, her teammate deserves more recognition. She's probably one of the most underrated players in our league, Plum shared per Moro Sports Media. Doesn't get the attention she deserves. What she's doing, the way she's shooting, how efficient she is defensively, it's just a nightmare for people. ZS been super clutch all year, so we're going to continue to go to her. It's worth noting that in the Sparks' other win against the Fever, an 85-75 result on June 26, Stevens also fueled the team with a 23-point, 7-rebound performance. According to ESPN, Stevens' latest performance was her 7th 20-point game this campaign alone. In her first 6 seasons in the WNBA, she reached the scoring mark just 6 times. Stevens has certainly established herself as a key piece for the Sparks, and as Plum said, she has earned the respect of everyone.